Dime Store Obama. That's Hakeem Jeffries. And it's a good nickname. It's descriptive. Is it deriding him? No, it's descriptive. He is Dime Store Obama. He's issued sort of a veiled threat to President Trump, thinly veiled. And it's a weak threat as well. The Democrats are 100% pot committed, that's a poker term, mathematically committed to keeping illegal immigrants in the country. They have committed everything. This is their plan. They cannot succeed without keeping the illegal immigrants in the country. It doesn't matter how bizarre it looks. It doesn't matter how extreme it looks. They have to continue, because if they lose this, they lose a well-crafted plan that's been in the works forever, and it has been destroying our nation's economy. So I'll show you Dime Store Obama here in a second, and you'll see why this is descriptive. Plus, AOC gets in on the threat game. A woman who auditioned to be a congresswoman, auditioned for how she looks on video. That was her full and complete curriculum vitae. This is a time of great, great, great tumult, or you could say in terms of the markets, you could say that it's volatility. That's a scary phrase, volatility. If you're doing your investments on your own, do you know the mathematical formulas for dealing with volatility? Do you know the proper spreads of bets to deal with that? Do you know how to make money on that? Maybe you do. If you do, God bless you. We're going to see more volatility. President Trump has, in the past 2 days, restructured a good portion of the world's economy. He did that with China and the tariffs. He did that with Saudi Arabia and this massive deal. Qatar's in on this. President Trump is going around the world restructuring the economy. And the tariffs started this. It was a shot across the bow, and it has worked. My friend Zach Abraham, the Chief Investment Officer at Bulwark Capital Management, he's doing a free live webinar about tariffs. It is the Tariff Edition. If you are 5, 10, even 15 years from retirement, this volatility, it can make you or it can break you. It's unlikely to be neutral to you. This is a free event. You simply have to register to attend, so go register. It's at knowyourriskradio.com. It's coming up Thursday, May 22nd, 3:30 Pacific. Again, you register at KNOW, knowyourriskradio.com. Investment advisory services offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Trek 25-206. Here is Dime Store Obama issuing a thinly veiled threat against President Trump.
Your statement the other day after there was this incident in Newark, you said they better not touch our members.
Correct.
What happens if they were to go and arrest these members, or if they would try to sanction them here in the House of Representatives?
They'll find out.
What would you do?
They'll find out.
What recourse? But doesn't that broach a...
They'll find out.
Doesn't that go across...
That's a red line.
What's the red line, though? I know we have this...
It's a red line. It's very clear.
They'll find out. FAFO. We can't go around arresting politicians. Next thing you know, you're going to be arresting ex-presidents and their lawyers and their chauffeurs and putting their political strategists in jail. We can't do that. It's flat. It can't hold. They're pot committed. Again, the metaphor. All in Texas Hold'em. Or so much of your chip stack in the center that what you have remaining means no matter how bad the math gets, you have to stay in the game. You cannot afford to get out. Your odds could have been 70% to win. Then you get a card on the turn in the river, and now your odds are 13, 10, 7%, but you are pot committed. You have to ride it out. Because the opportunity for gain is so immense and the opportunity for loss is so catastrophic, you are pot committed. They are pot committed to keeping illegal immigrants in the country. That should indicate to us how much time they have spent planning this, how much time they've invested in installing it in our country. Now, AOC does a better job here than Dime Store Obama. But again, when you listen to her shrill approach to this, I have a question for her. She says it is the right of Congress people to go provide oversight, but she leaves herself open to a real question here.
And now what DHS is trying to say, again, they're using public intimidation because they know that they cannot come for us all. They know that they cannot come for us all. And recently what they said is that DHS is allegedly looking into arresting members of Congress who were showing up for their legal and constitutional obligation to conduct oversight. If anyone's breaking the law in this situation, it's not members of Congress, it's the Department of Homeland Security. It's people like Tom Homan and Secretary Kristi Noem. You lay a finger on someone, on Representative Bonnie Watson Coleman, on Representative, or any of the representatives that were there, you lay a finger on them, we are going to have a problem. Because the people who are breaking the law are the people who are not abiding by it. And it is enshrined in the law that members of Congress who show up to ICE and CBP facilities are required to be granted access, legally required to be granted access.
This must be why, of course, when Republicans were showing up to look at kids in cages, they were granted access under Obama, right? So here's what I understand from AOC. If a government authority does something to take away your legal rights, you hit the cop. You body check them. So on January 6th, when people showed up and the doors were open and the police were letting people in, and you walk in and it's your building, it's your taxpayer money, the police open the door. When an officer comes to you and says, hey, you're not supposed to be here, please get out, you body check them. That's what this representative did. She was body checking people. The proper response to an order you don't like or you think is unconstitutional is you hit someone. That's what they're saying. And they're going to find out. That's what they're telling us, or we're going to find out. They're so pot committed to this that they can't understand they've taken on a 10% issue. More and more Americans agree with this enforcement because so many Americans have seen the abuse. The poker metaphor is exactly right. They're pot committed and they cannot see the odds going further and further and further against them.